Hey everybody, it's Alexis with Create Your Future. I am back with a brand new video and a new success story. And as always, you guys, just some tips about manifesting, how to stay on your mental diet, how to create the relationship of your dreams. And also, if you're looking for manifesting other things like a physical change in your body, money, creating more success in your career or with your friends and family, then I'm going to kind of touch upon this today because that client that I'm going to be mentioning, she did all that too. Before I get started, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Links to booking one-on-one coaching with me and one-on-one hypnosis are in the box below. So you guys, I am super excited to share this success story with everybody because what this client implemented was really simple. And when she came to coaching with me, she had been doing a bunch of affirmations. She had like 20 to 50 affirmations, and that was including her self-concept, money, relationship, specific person. And then we narrowed it down, we changed things, and we actually got her to figure out how her thoughts were creating and the mental diet that she was choosing. And it was a game changer for her too. And she also manifested money coming to her, receiving all the things that she wanted, and really, really, really once and for all realizing that she was the creator of her reality. So it's a huge success, right? So if you feel stuck or you feel like if you're watching this when it airs, which is Monday, and you feel like things aren't working, or you feel like your relationship with your specific person or whatever you're manifesting, like you're hitting your head against a wall, like it's not happening, it's not working, let's use this information to get you on track and to know that you can do it too, because you can. Just a reminder, you guys, like, your reality is an illusion, as many of you already know, but it really is just energy. So if things have been happening that are not in your favor, just like this client did today, I really want to encourage you to not focus on what's not been happening, on what's not working, right? We really want to focus on new thoughts, new feelings, creating a new experience. So let me read the success story. And then let's get to what does she do? Okay. Hey, Alexis, I am so happy to write in this success story. I can't believe that it happened right after we had our session. I heard from my specific person and he and I had not been talking for 2 months. He gave me a call and he told me that he really wanted to work things out with me. He wanted to figure things out. And he realized that he had been messing up. She puts like a winky face, like a winky emoji, just like the affirmation that you gave me and just like the way that you told me to view it and the perspective that you had me take. Thank you so much for the session. Thank you so much for the sessions after that. And I also want to write in too that I also did hypnosis, which helped me release my abandonment story, my rejection story, and so many of the stories that I was holding within me that kept on perpetuating in my outer physical reality. Now, I can honestly say that I feel like I am the one in control. I am the one in control of my thoughts. I am in control of my emotions. And I really, therefore, feel like I am in control of so many things that before felt uncontrollable and that I felt victimized by. It is really true that I am the creator of my reality, that this is my reality, and that I am the one creating it. Fast forward to now, my specific person has been asking me out on dates. He is talking about a future with me. He's even asking me about our financial future and what I think about having children, even though he and I both already have kids, what I feel like about having more children, what I feel like about for the future, and that he really, really seems so serious all the time. Do you think this is part of the version of him that I have manifested? Because you know that I was the one that felt serious and I wanted him to feel more serious than me. LOL, LOL, LOL. Thank you so much for your constant ability to hold my hand, to listen to me, and to also tell me to get tissues when I was having some tears. I can't thank you enough. You are a gift. XOXO. All right, her name. So you guys, now let's talk about this. How did she switch the perspective? Now, I got a pink wand. Did you guys see in my video that I was saying, is there a pink one of these? A dear client of mine sent me this and I got it on Amazon. So I have so many wands now because if you've seen the other video, I found this baby wand, which is like my son Logan's, like it's a tiny one. Okay. So I'm going to use today these two. Okay. So what we want to think about is that generally speaking, what we're doing as human beings is we're looking at things as they are. We're tending to draw conclusions, create stories, like if this is your mind and the stars are the aspects of your reality that you're drawing conclusions, having assumptions, thinking thoughts, thinking about things that are as they are, and that generally we're looking at the negative, looking at the lack, thinking of what are they not doing? He's not calling, he's not doing this. Should I be thinking that? Am I worthy of what I want? Should I be doing my intentions? Okay. Now, for a lot of people like this client, she came to conscious manifesting and she was still doing a lot of that. Okay. So even though she had tons of affirmations, she had watched tons of videos, she had even had some coaching, she was still in this place. So if you relate to this place, which most of us go in and out of our lifetimes and even in and out through the day, like 10 times a day, if you're in a place of lack, or you're in a place of looking at what you don't want, or just noticing all the things that are against you, or noticing all the things that your SP does that bothers you, I want you to honor it. I want you to not resist this. When you resist this, what you do is you go from your chosen reality, okay? Your chosen reality, it's Barbie pink. It's so sparkly. It's so beautiful. It's so wonderful. If you don't relate to Barbie pink, then go for blue. Okay, I've got these two today as a chosen reality. Anybody vote for one as their favorite? I love the pink one. Okay, so yeah, what we tend to do is we resist all this stuff and we go to this one when we're consciously creating that way. We learn about conscious manifesting and you're like, oh my gosh, I can create the life that I want. I can think new thoughts. I can do meditations. I'm the creator. But then this comes in. Okay. She was doing a lot of this. It was like all throughout the day, it was bonkers. This reality, this reality, this reality, this reality, this reality. They were like concurrently like a quantum soup. Okay. So you guys, when you do this, your universe, which is you, your universe is you. The universe does not have a master plan. It's not out to get you. It doesn't have a quantifiable divine timing thing. When you do this, it has no idea what you're picking. It has no idea what to create outside of you. There, I made it like a wand, okay? Your reality is an illusion. It is not even real. It is molecules of energy. It's listening to your thoughts. It's listening to your assumptions. It's a projection of you. If we go for more of a spiritual quantum physics sense, you have a field of energy that is your quantum bubble that extends around you. And into that, you're projecting things all the time. So whatever you're projecting into it is what shows up. You see more of what you're focusing on. That's where we get the phrase of where your focus goes, your energy flows, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? So I had to tell her, I said, you got to stop. You have to stop quantum jumping into one reality and then going right back to the other. Like it was happening and I see it happen so quickly. He's calling, he's not calling. He loves me, he doesn't love me. It's like we're all sitting when we were kids, you went right, and you had the daisies and you would take off the petals like he loves me not, he loves me not, she loves me, she likes me, she hates me, etc. Stop it, you guys. And I want you to step into this chosen experience. Persist here, right? So I had to really get her to do that. We narrowed down her intentions. We also did hypnosis and released the abandonment, the rejection story, and the expectancy of a lot of the expectancy of abandonment or the expectations or the anticipation of rejection and or abandonment were causing her to actually be codependent. That's what's happening. She was adhering to the version of her specific person she didn't really want anyways, but she couldn't get out of it because there was such an underlying story that came from her family system of being left, of not being good enough, and of being rejected really because of who she was. And I want to say too, like, she's super cute. Okay. So like, even if you feel, I'm just throwing it out there, even if you feel like you're really put together, right? And you're attractive and you have all the things that you think the person wants, or you feel that way, you can still have that lingering, niggling, like rejection, abandonment story that came from somewhere, somehow, some way, a teacher, caregiver, parent, past relationships, where it underrides and it overrides everything. So the other thing I had to have her stop doing was telling her that she was doing it perfectly and like somehow it wasn't happening, right? So if you are of that and you're thinking like, I don't know why he's not calling, I'm perfect, I've done all my self-concept work. Yes, you have, but there are still thoughts of being rejected, or they reject me, or their sex rejects me, or I'm going to get abandoned, that are getting you living in the end of that place, right? Because I want you to live in the end of being adored, of being loved, and of being safe and secure and dependable with who your specific person is. And you got to have that, you guys, before you see it, before it's created, right? So stop waiting on your outer circumstances. Stop waiting on them to give you the security and the stability and thinking we can do this and we can move forwards, right? Stop looking at them for what you're thinking. Stop looking at them for confirmation. Because you're looking at them when we're doing that, we're kind of coming from the place of, are you in this? Do you like me? Do you want me? Am I enough? Are you going to go away? Are you going to stay? Blah, 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 blah. Now, for psychological purposes, it's not a bunch of blah, blah, blah. It's just it's your programming, it's your thinking, and it's the way that you associate to the whole darn thing, right? So most people, so many people have such negative assumptions, or they have assumptions and thoughts and associations to love and relationships that they would have never wanted, but we don't choose these things. They come into your subconscious mind at times when you were either so young and you were being programmed from ages 0 to 7, okay? Or it's the time period right after that, which is like 8 to 12, when you're seeing your primary and secondary caregivers, whoever those people are, even if they aren't your parents. That reiterates your lovability, who you are in relationships. And also, you guys, it reiterates that time period is if you're important, if you matter, because you're usually meeting like kids of the same age, you're going to school, you're maybe changing schools just depending on your whole setup, right? So there's a lot that's happening. There's a lot that's happening psychologically for all of us in our early years of maturation. And then you add on, if you believe in the continuation of the soul, whatever you came here with, whatever you brought in. But it's my viewpoint, especially now in my own journey, that we recreate circumstances to actually change, override, consciously create, and feel differently, all of that stuff. So if you're called to do this in this lifetime, that means that it's like totally possible for you. Like, how cool is that? Or else you would not have found this video. You would not have found Create Your Future, and you would not be trying to evolve through love and relationships. You would just be doing what everyone else does, which is just taking it as it is, thinking thoughts of your reality. Okay. So I'm saying a lot in this video. I intend that it makes sense and that, it's all landing for everybody. Okay. So like, really, you guys, like, you can think new thoughts and you can change your perspective. The other thing that I want to reiterate today is, if you have a bunch of affirmations, like even if you've done coaching with me or with someone else, if you've done all these things, but if you have affirmations and things aren't happening, I want you to notice, what are you actually thinking in your mind all throughout the day, right? So if you tend to do some kind of like manifestation practice here and there, you're thinking new thoughts, right? We also want you to monitor and change the thoughts that come into the mind about the person. Now, some like typical thoughts that like a lot of us might think that are about somebody are, oh, here we go again, or they're going to do this again. Like, let's say you're manifesting for Tom to be on time, okay? Or for Tom to text you back, for Tom to text you back quickly, for Tom to make you a priority, okay? And let's say for a little while, as the tides turn from one reality to the next, as you're changing it, Tom isn't texting you back right away. You're thinking, Tom is texting me. Tom makes me a priority. Tom is getting back to me. Tom is showing up differently. Tom always gets back to me. Tom always wants to make sure that I'm okay. Tom wants to make sure that we're communicating. Tom always needs to hear from me. Tom's always telling me everything all the time. Okay. Let's say you're thinking that. And let's say that Tom doesn't do that. You send Tom a text. Tom is just taking 2 hours to get back to you, right? And you start thinking, oh, here we go again. Oh, my manifesting. Oh, my mental diet. Oh, what am I creating? Oh, this isn't working. Oh my gosh, this can't work for me. Oh my gosh. Okay. Those thoughts that come in like rapid fire, you guys, you got to get in there and change those and say right away, no, this is different. This is different. This is different. Use the power of 3. I find that to be helpful with things, because then your mind can't think so many thoughts around the intentions. There are 2 squirrels that are right outside my window on our tree, our avocado tree in our backyard. You guys, if you hear them, it's not Logan. It's these little squirrels. Like, I think they're doing a mating dance. Is anybody manifesting for fertility? Because it's happening outside the window. Okay. So you guys, like, those are the thoughts we have to change. It's that simple. It's those normal, natural thoughts that you think, oh, here we go again, or they're like this again. And we want to come in and say, no, they actually aren't. No, they're actually different. No, this time is different. Oh no, This is so easy for me. I'm just changing the tides. I'm just changing my reality. I am just changing my thoughts. And Tom loves to do everything for me all the time, the way that I deserve, the way that I appreciate, the way that I want it to be. Okay. So let's get out of the anxiety and get out of the worry and get out of the fear of like having to do a bunch of things, thinking a bunch of thoughts. No, it's actually just changing the thoughts that you're thinking, right? So I also want to say too, that what really was a game changer for her was when we changed her overall perspective on how she was doing her thought changing and how she was engineering things, because she was usually coming from the place of, he doesn't want me. He doesn't like me. He doesn't need me. I'm doing a bunch of manifesting. He's calling me. He's texting me. And I said, no, let's switch it and let's get you on the pedestal. If you were on a pedestal and you were the goddess of your reality, god or goddess, right? If you were them, how would you be thinking? We would be thinking, oh, like Tom wants to make me happy. Tom always likes to do everything for me. Tom is the one who's worried about us. Tom wants to lock it down with us. Tom loves to give me the security. Tom is feeling kind of anxious. Tom is only thinking about the future. Tom is trying to be super serious. Tom is serious about his future with me. Now we did that. And then what ended up happening is like, he was more serious than her. And to the point that he was bringing up so many serious topics all the time that we had to kind of dial it back. Okay. And I've had that happen with myself so many times. Like there was a time period, you guys, I think it was like a month ago, where my husband was coming home from work and he was like supercharged. Okay. He was like tons of energy, super excited, talking about everything. And it was the same time, like at the end of my workday, where I was kind of like, all right, I kind of want us to be relaxed. Like I'd like to just have some dinner, be relaxed. And I thought, let's just take it down a notch. I love his passion. I know I created it. It works. It's so great. He's a great father. Okay. But I began thinking when he comes home, he's more and more relaxed. And I did this. Okay. Now, to the point, then it got to be like, he was a little too relaxed. Okay. I was like, hello, like he wanted to meditate. He wanted to do stretching. He wanted to like, at one point he wanted to play cards like on the floor, which seemed like a very relaxing thing, but then it was like too relaxed where I didn't want to make dinner. Okay. So I'm here to tell you guys, for all of us, this stuff is really real. It's not child's play. It's not a joke. It's not like it works for some and works for others. Like that's why you want to be clear and have a focus and then know that you can change it, right? So then I went back to, just to go back to my story, he always comes home in a good mood. We're always getting along. Everything is always great. We're always at the same energetic frequency. Okay. And then things kind of evened out. But I thought it was funny because what happened is I had to really think to myself, like, how did he get so relaxed, right? And I thought, oh gosh, really? So I intended for it. It came through. And then I also didn't like that necessarily to that extent. Okay. So you course correct, right? You course correct, you modify things along the way. And know too, that all of us out here, coaches, we're all doing this. Like we're all practicing the same kind of preaching. We're all doing the same thing, myself included. There are always things that I'm manifesting for in my marriage, in my relationship with my son, with my friends, everything, you guys, like it never ends. It's a journey of creation. You came here to create your reality and to learn how to do so, especially if you're watching this video. It's your time. So I want you to capitalize on my time is now. This is my time for me. I am creating the relationship that I deserve, that I really want. I am easily switching my thoughts and changing my thoughts about it. Okay. Now to answer questions, I can already hear the questions. Like when I changed my husband from being super energetic to being relaxed, how long did it take to come through? It took about 2 weeks, I would say, and that whole switcheroo thing. But like you guys, at the time when I was doing that, I wasn't countering the thought with like, oh no, he's driving me crazy. And here he goes again. He's got so much energy. No, like I love him for who he is. And I would just be like, okay, like what happened today? Like while thinking he's relaxed, he's coming home peaceful, he's coming home relaxed. He always gets things done. Okay. So you see, there wasn't a lot of resistance in my thinking. So you want to get out of resisting things and get out of the, I'm having to make something happen. I'm thinking a bunch of thoughts. I'm doing this. I'm making it happen. You're really even switching those thoughts to know it's the simple, conscious thought of this is what's happening. This is how it is now. And like resist all the anger and don't resist all the anger and frustration, but get into like some humor, some fun, some easygoing sense of ease. Because like I've always said, in the reality that you have what you want, you are like easygoing about it, right? You already have it. So therefore you're not even manifesting for it. It's already here. That's the living in the end practice, right? And then you can get to living in the end of having it and be like, oh, I got to change it a little bit, just like that client did. And then I also did as an example, but it doesn't always happen. Sometimes you create what you want and it lands perfectly and there's nothing to change. But I mean, sometimes these things that come through are a little bit humorous, right? So just saying, have fun with this, you guys. Get into the fun of being you this week. Get into the fun of you being happy to be you and that everything is happening for you. Because if you have someone that's not showing up for you in the way that you really, really, really deserve and cherish and desire, you can transform it and make it even better and better, and then even tweak it along the way, right? Because it's that constant flow of creation and change and everything. So those little squirrels out here, I think they went somewhere like super secret. So if you're wanting to get more romance or more connection with your SP, then like, I don't know, this is you're on the right track. Okay. Cause they totally, did they find a room out here? I'm not sure. Okay. All right, you guys. So focus on this. Even if you need to listen to this video again and let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this, right? Like, do you end up getting stuck with your specific person and can we get you out of this, right? Can we once and for all decide and declare that you're in that reality where everything is working for you? And client that found this, hello, I know who you are. You know that I know who you are. And this is even a different size wand. So you guys, now I have a wand for every season, right? So isn't that so funny? Okay, so enough jokes. I will see you guys in my next video and make today awesome. Celebrate yourself. Lots of love to you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.